Okay, come on in, come on in. Like the video as you guys come in. We're just gonna talk a few hot topics, trending topics. I hope everyone's having a happy Monday. So like the video as you guys come in. Let's see. Come on in, come on in. Briefly, we talked about TD Jakes. We're gonna kind of do a recap review. Some people might have missed it yesterday, so we're gonna do a recap review. Many people have things to say as well. So like the video as you guys come in. Support the channel with a thumbs up, a subscribe. I appreciate everyone for being here. Let me go ahead and type this. Like the video. So if you were here yesterday, I appreciate you guys for being here. If you missed it, we're going to generally talk about Bishop T.D. Jakes. He's doing better, but I'll, of course, let him explain. But come on, like the video, everyone. Happy Monday. You know, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I did. Yes, yes, yes. So I appreciate everyone for being here. It's going to take people a few minutes to come in. Went a little bit later this afternoon. I normally go live 10, 11, sometimes 12. So today's a little bit late. I was kind of chilling, relaxing, listening to, what's going on, and just relaxing. So, but I have something I have to do later and I can't do it that late. So I hope everyone comes in, like the video as you guys come in. We're going to listen to Bishop tell us what happened. So if you missed it yesterday, we're going to do a recap review, and we're going to get to some trending topics, hot topics. So we're going to talk TD Jakes. We're going to talk President Joe Biden pardoned his son. How do you guys feel about that? Are you surprised, even though they had said that they weren't planning on it? But they did. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the bishop, and then we're going to get into Joe Biden and pardoning his son. People aren't surprised. Even though his cabinet and people were saying, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Then, of course, he did. Because that's the last thing. Let's see who else he pardons, though. Is he going to pardon more people? And will we be surprised about it? So let's go ahead and listen to the bishop.
I told you last Sunday that I'd see you this Sunday. And so here I am. I am grateful to God for his goodness and his mercy and his grace. Many of you don't realize that you're looking at a miracle. I faced a life-threatening calamity, was rushed to the ICU unit, had emergency surgery, survived the surgery. Yeah, I'm back. And the doctor wants me to go slow coming back. but I'm back, and I'm grateful to God for his goodness and his mercy, and to not just our local church, but to the global community that follows this ministry. I'm grateful to you. I just I told you last Sunday that I'd see you this Sunday.
Next clip.
And
so of course that's him in the chair, and as he awaits for the vehicle to pick him up.
Here we are.
Grateful.
Hang tight, sir. We're just waiting to get the key to open the car.
Okay. I'm grateful to y'all, all the people who prayed, all the people who texted, all the people who had prayer vigils, all the people who were concerned and sent love and sent notes. Just grateful. Thank you. Didn't have to turn out this way. Just grateful. Not afraid to die. Don't want to hurt my kids. And the people who love me, the church who needs me, the world who called me, the God who sent me. Sometimes you just gotta be not doing this good.
So of course that was, he had the situation at the church. So we're going to listen to the message that he actually gave his congregation. So just give me a second to set it up. But like the video as you guys come in, we're going to do a deeper dive in regards to what he said to the congregation. That was a short clip. Like the video as you guys come in. I appreciate everyone for being here. Prayers go out to Bishop T.D. Jakes.
And a great leader, great bishop. Let us hear from him now. Draw your attention to the screen.
Good morning, Potter's House. I'm so delighted to see you. I'm grateful for God's faithfulness. I'm grateful for your faithfulness. I'm grateful for this season in my life. I just wanted to, I told you last Sunday that I'd see you this Sunday. And so here I am. I am grateful to God for his goodness and his mercy and his grace. Many of you don't realize that you're looking at a miracle. I faced a life-threatening calamity, was rushed to the ICU unit, had emergency surgery, survived this surgery. Yeah, I'm back. And the doctor wants me to go slow coming back. But I'm back, and I'm grateful to God for his goodness and his mercy, and to not just our local church, but to the global community that follows this ministry. I'm grateful to you, and I want to challenge you. I started to say to take care of yourself. Sometimes those of us who are busy taking care of other people neglect ourselves, and that's very true. But I had just had a complete physical, and I was fine. The truth of the matter is sometimes things happen, and they are beyond our control, and sometimes things happen in there's spiritual warfare. I haven't deduced the finality of all of that, but what I do know is greater is he that is in us than he that's in the world.
Like the video, like the video. Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before, where you're watching from. Let's continue with the clip. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate everyone. Fair use, reaction clip.
And I want you to keep the faith and keep the courage and keep the strength and keep on going forward. And I didn't want you to be worried about me. I'm trying to be obedient to what the doctor said do in terms of just taking a few weeks to just heal and recover and relax and just reflect. And it's good. It's good. But I'm in good spirits. I feel good. I'm in no pain. I'm in peace and tranquility. And I want you to know that I can feel your prayers. I can feel your prayers. I can feel your support and your love. And it was obvious Sunday that you went through it with me. You might not have known every detail. I didn't know every detail. I didn't know every detail. But God knew. And together in his presence, the strangest thing I would share with you is that in the midst of all that you saw and felt, I didn't see that. I didn't experience that the way you experienced it. I didn't even know that until I saw it on TV. I looked around and everybody was around me. I was annoyed because I didn't know why they were around me. I didn't experience it. What I did experience was the feeling of being cradled. It was as if I was cradled. And it was quiet.
Like the video, like the video. Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Good morning, everyone. Well, good afternoon. It's afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's continue with the video. Thanks for being here, everyone. Like the video as you guys come in. Press 3 if you know where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before, where you're watching from. Thanks for being here. Press 1 also if you're watching from a phone, or press 2 if you're watching from a tablet. So if you're watching from a phone, if you can please double tap that screen to hit the like. Thank you.
And it was peaceful. And I was cradled. And I spent days reflecting on what it is to be cradled in a crisis. And maybe you're going through some sort of crisis in your life, your body, your finances, your children, your health, your emotions, your mind. What things look like on the outside are not always reflective of what they look like on the inside. God had me cradled. And you're looking at a miracle. I was in the ICU unit, and the person beside me on the day they let me out. One of the reasons I was so emotional was I felt the sun hit my face at the same time that a person down the hallway was being taken to the morgue.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
And it just
sorry, y'all.
reminded me of God's faithfulness. Every moment, every second, every minute of your life, you should recognize that somebody's headed to the morgue while you're headed to the light. Not because you're any better, not because they're any worse, but by the amazing grace of God. It really puts your problems in perspective. And I wanted to greet you this morning. I wanted to love on you this morning. I wanted to encourage the church, the world, for the amazing amount of support, the amazing amount of prayers, the amazing amount of love and concern, and even from people that I would have never thought possible. But the greatest supporter was God, who was with me every step of the way. First,
like the video. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before, where you're watching from. Prayers go out to Bishop T.D. Jakes. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for pressing 1. Continue to hit the like button.
lady never left my side from the moment I went into ICU through surgery to the moment we rolled out in double matching wheelchairs. We rolled out in double matching wheelchairs. She was never more than 3 feet away from me. My children, my sons, my friends flying in from around the world, my members, even when they told them to go away, they stood outside. I thought we were going to have a prayer vigil. But I want you to get, and I'll get out of your way and let you go ahead. I need you to help me. I need you to help me to praise God that we're not planning a funeral. I need you to help me to praise God that we are here celebrating. I need you to help me. I know, I really need you to help me praise God. You don't understand what I thought. I really need you to help me to praise God that Satan didn't get the victory today. Physically, I can't praise him like I want to, but somebody that's got the strength and the dexterity and the nimbleness, just give him the glory for me and lift him up and give him a shout of praise and enthusiasm and take care of yourself. I love you. Peace out.
So that was a great message, because I didn't play that message yesterday. So some people don't really know who Bishop T.D. Jakes is, so let's play that clip. Welcome, everyone. Like the video as you guys come in. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Let's listen in on what transpired about a week ago. It was last Sunday that he had an issue.
In from around the country after Bishop T.D. Jakes suffered a health scare during a service at the Potter's House in Dallas. Good evening, I'm Blake Hansen. The megachurch says that Jakes is stable. Jakes was giving an hour-long sermon streamed live to thousands when it became apparent that something was wrong. Fox 4's Amelia Jones is live with more. Amelia?
Blake, the church released a statement thanking everyone for their support and shared that Bishop T.D. Jakes is stable and is in the care of medical professionals. The incident happened while the megachurch was live streaming its services this morning. Immediately, people gathered around Jakes to help.
I miss you.
Every week, thousands.
Like the video, fair use. Thanks for being here, everyone. Good afternoon. Just say hello in the comments. Good afternoon.
Tune into Sunday service at the Potter's House Church in Dallas.
It was a pleasure. I still love to preach. I ain't tired of preaching.
Founder and pastor Bishop T.D. Jakes shared an hour-long sermon on Sunday.
Have you ever gone to a hospital to visit somebody and you thought you was going to encourage them and they encourage you? That's what preaching is like.
As he was wrapping up his message, the megachurch says he experienced, quote, a slight health incident. Out of respect, we're not showing the moment, but the live stream of the service captured Jakes lowering his microphone and shaking on stage. People immediately surrounded him. The live feed was quickly shut down. Jakes founded the Potter's House in Dallas in 1996. The non-denominational church has grown to 30,000 members, with many tuning in every week online. According to the church's website, the renowned Christian leader has advised 3 presidents and was a featured speaker at the inauguration of President Barack Obama in 2009. The Potter's House released a statement Sunday evening that said in part, quote, "During today's service, Bishop T.D. Jakes experienced a slight health incident and received immediate medical attention. Bishop Jakes is stable and is in the care of medical professionals." The statement went on to say how grateful the Potter's House family is for the outpouring of love, prayers, and support from the community. That statement, posted to the Potter's House Facebook page, has more than 2,500 comments and has been shared more than 2,000 times. Now, the church didn't share any specific details as to what may have led up to that health incident. Blake, back to you.
Yeah, so prayers go out to Bishop T.D. Jakes. Let's get into this. Everybody is talking about Joe Biden has pardoned his son. Let's see if the news is gonna, hold on one second. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for being here. Like the video as you guys come in. Are you guys surprised that Joe Biden has pardoned his son? Let's get to the news. Like the video, like the video. And of course, Trump had a statement in regards to it. Hold on one second.
Headquarters here in New York. We're coming on the air this hour with breaking news. President Biden has just pardoned his son Hunter on gun and tax charges that he was facing. The president reversed his previous position. He had long said that he would not pardon Hunter, expressing faith in the justice system and the rule of law. President Biden was emphatic, telling our David Muir this summer that he would not pardon his son when he was directly asked. And Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters on Monday that the president had spoken on the issue. ABC's chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl joins us now on the phone. And John, does this come as a surprise to you?
Lindsay, frankly, it doesn't come as a surprise to me. I know President Biden, as you said, was emphatic when he told David Muir that he would not pardon his son Hunter. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, was asked this many times over the following several months after that interview, and she reiterated there were, that a pardon was off the table. But look, this is the president's son. It comes on the day after that Donald Trump has announced that Kash Patel would be his FBI director. A move that signaled that Donald Trump's administration would be taking seriously the idea of retribution on his political enemies. I don't think that there will be many people, Democrats, Republicans, Americans, that are surprised that Joe Biden.
Like the video, like the video. Press 3 if you're new, where are you watching from? Press 3 if you're new, where are you watching from? Press 5 if you've been here before, where are you watching from? Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for being here. Like the video as you guys come in. Just double tap the screen to hit the thumbs up if you can. Thank you.
Decided that his son, facing these two separate investigations, two separate trials, two separate convictions, would decide that he would pardon his son at this point.
And what kind of punishment would Hunter have faced had his dad not pardoned him?
Right. Good question.
He faced the possibility of significant jail time. I mean, these were both serious charges. The tax trial out in California, the gun charges in Delaware, both faced the possibility of sentences, and he was facing sentencing later this month. Both could have resulted in jail time. And look, Joe Biden knows his son Hunter is somebody who is a recovering drug addict. The idea of serving time in prison could well have been a death sentence to him. This was, I know that that Joe Biden has said at times that he lost one of his sons. He lost Bo to brain cancer. And he has confided to people, I'll be damned if I'm going to lose another one. And I think he had real concerns about the possibility that his son could face prison time. But I think that it's not just that. It's not just what he could have faced in this upcoming sentencing. It's what would happen once Donald Trump is president of the United States and he has and possibly an FBI director, an attorney general who is totally on board with the idea of going after Donald Trump's political enemies, including, they campaigned. Hunter Biden was a significant part of Trump's campaign, talking about what he would call the Biden crime family. And I think that Joe Biden, at the end of the day, was not going to leave his son's fate up to whatever Donald Trump's Justice Department and his FBI would want to do.
John Carl for us. Thanks so much, John. Want to bring in.
Like the video. There's about 111 in the building. If you can please subscribe to the page and like the video by double tapping the screen, please. Thanks for being here, everyone. Happy afternoon. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
ABC Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas. Now, Pierre, just give us a sense how extraordinary this action is for President Biden to take and how long this potentially was in the works.
Well, Lindsay, I think the key here is that to piggyback off what you were just talking to John about, look, Hunter Biden faced more than a decade in prison, maximum, more than a decade, which is significant prison time. And the other significant thing here is that this was yet another case of the Justice Department taking extraordinary action. You recall they had indicted a former president, the primary candidate for president for the Republican Party who has since won. Those cases have been dropped. And this Justice Department made a decision to appoint a special counsel to investigate the son of a sitting president. And what struck me most about the president's statement tonight is that he called the prosecution unfair and selective, which is a direct shot at his Justice Department. Special counsel who was appointed by Attorney General Merrick Garland. So clearly, this president had feelings about this prosecution, had not chosen to intervene, but given the election and what John just mentioned, a new administration coming in, clearly the president chose to create a scenario where his son would not go to jail. Now, whether the Justice Department will continue any other aspects of investigating Hunter Biden, that's unclear. But in regard to the tax case, in regard to the gun case, President Biden saying today that his son will be pardoned and will not see any jail time in regards to that. But again, I was struck by the comment unfair and selective prosecution by his own Justice Department.
And to be fair, how unusual is it? The kind of action that we saw against Hunter Biden, would you agree with what the president is saying about this being unfair, or as Donald Trump has used it when it's applied to himself, a witch hunt?
Well, let me make the case that the attorneys for Hunter Biden made. The case they made is that on the gun charge, which involved filing false paperwork in order to purchase a gun, that those cases are rarely prosecuted absent a significant other major sort of crime, i.e. a crime of violence. That was the case they made. And they made the case in terms of the tax charges that Hunter Biden had paid the money back, that this was selective prosecution because there were other remedies that the Justice Department could have gone to resolve it. So, again, that was the argument of Hunter Biden's attorneys. He's put out a statement tonight talking about how he's attempted to get his life back together, that this was all, in his mind, based on the fact that he was an addict, addicted to cocaine, which caused his life to unravel and for him to make a lot of, difficult and poor choices. The special counsel's office made the case that he lived lavishly on decisions that he made not to pay taxes, and that he knew he should have paid the taxes and therefore should be prosecuted.
And I do want to release a statement read out a statement that Hunter Biden just issued a little while ago where he said, "I have admitted and taken responsibility." Like the
video. Thanks for being here. There's about 105 in the building. If I can please get 105 to please subscribe to the page, and thank you. Let's continue. Continue to hit the like button, you guys. If you're watching from a phone, press 1. And please hit the like button. It's just double tapping the screen. Thank you. Continue to hit the like button if you're watching from a phone. Just double tap the screen. If you're watching from a tablet, just double tap the screen. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
for my mistakes during the darkest days of my addiction, mistakes that have been exploited to publicly humiliate and shame me and my family for political sport. Despite all of this, I have maintained my sobriety for more than 5 years because of my deep faith and the unwavering love and support of my family and friends. In the throes of addiction, I squandered many opportunities and advantages. In recovery, we can be given the opportunity to make amends where possible and rebuild our lives if we never take for granted the mercy that we have been afforded. I will never take the clemency I have been given today for granted and will devote the life I have rebuilt to helping those who are sick and suffering. And now I want to bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, who joins us on the phone. Dan, I've been talking with John and Pierre. How unusual do you find this to be?
Well, look, it's obviously very unusual because it's an incredibly unusual situation. But let's go through some of what you've been talking about. First of all, the comments by Hunter Biden, talking about the fact that he was in the throes of addiction. It's not particularly relevant as a legal matter, meaning there are a lot of people who are in the throes of addiction who commit crimes, including drug crimes. You can argue that in sentencing it can help them, but when it comes to guilt or innocence, it's really not a particularly significant argument that he was in the throes of addiction. Here is what is significant, and this is the question that you asked Pierre about each of the charges. And there's a separate answer, I think, with regard to the gun charge and the tax cases. When it comes to the gun charge, this is talking about filling out a form to get a weapon. There has never been another case brought in federal court with this set of facts, meaning where there was one gun, the gun was not used in a crime, there were no other crimes that the person was charged with in connection with this, and the person had no criminal record. There's never been a federal case. Now, that doesn't mean there wasn't a technical crime committed, but it means that he's got a very good argument that this case felt like selective prosecution. The tax case is a little squishier. Yes, it's true that there are a lot of cases where when it comes to tax violations, they let someone pay it back or pay a fine and they don't charge them criminally. But there are also cases where they do charge them criminally, particularly when they live lavishly, et cetera, like this. So that one, I think, is a closer call as to whether the case would have been brought in another situation. And the last point I'll make is that there was another option here for the president, and that is to grant clemency, meaning he's granted pardons here. That means these convictions go away.
Wow.
The other option he could have done is he could have just said, convictions stand, but I'm going to determine that there will be no sentence to be served in effect for this. He didn't do that. He went for an all-out pardon, which, as you pointed out, is a reversal from what he had told David Muir.
Dan Abrams for us. Thanks so much.
Like the video. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Let's continue with the video. Fair use. Continue to hit the like button, you guys. Double tap the screen to hit the like. Hit the thumbs up above the video, below the video. Let's continue.
I want to bring that same question to ABC's chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. Mary, we know that President Biden has stayed silent on this issue for months, but when he was asked this specifically before, he said he would not do it. Now he's doing it. Why do you think he's making this statement now?
It is pretty remarkable. Not only is President Biden doing something that he repeatedly, including to our own David Muir, said he simply would not do, that a pardon for his son was off the table, but it strikes me in reading the president's statement here that he is really doing something that we haven't heard from him even, which is commenting on these cases. He tried very carefully to stay away from that because he didn't want to give any kind of impression that he was, tipping the scale in any kind of way, interfering in any kind of way in the justice system. But when you look at the statement that he put out tonight, he is making it clear what he really thinks of all of this, that this has been simply an effort to go after him politically. He says in trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, saying there's no reason to believe it will stop here. He says bluntly, enough is enough. And he says that the truth here, he believes, is that even though he he's wrestled with this, he says he believes raw politics has infected this process, and it has led to a miscarriage of justice. A remarkable about-face from President Biden.
ABC's Mary Bruce Forrest, thank you so much. And just to recap, President Biden has just announced that he will pardon his son Hunter on gun and tax charges. Be sure to stay with ABC News for continuous updates on abcnews.com and much more on Good Morning.
So y'all let me know, how do y'all feel about the whole situation? Are y'all surprised, even though they were stating at different press conferences they weren't going to do it? And everybody's kind of like, some are not surprised. On his way out, some people are definitely not surprised. They're like, okay, Joe's having alleged, could be possibly having health concerns. Does he feel that with him having the health concerns and him aging, he wants to have his son next to him, assisting him through his time of need? Who knows? Let's get to the 2 Chainz situation. He recently did he shared his frustration that his friends did not support him in regards to his food drive. That can be concerning, because if you're there for your friends and they're not there for you, it can be concerning. So let's get to the clip.
Damn girl at the damn street. I'm just thinking on how I stayed up all night, did my regular routine, went to the Hawks game. Regular routine, I still got up and went to give back to people in the community, whatever. People ask me for favors all the time, ask me for money all the time, and y'all can't even pop up to help me help other people.
Right.
So now I'm working for you. I'm out here grinding, getting my money to help you because you can't get your hustle together, or I'm helping the unfortunate, and you one of the unfortunate, but you ain't even gonna come back. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, man, y'all had to leave me alone for a minute, for real. You just need to think about that, man. Yeah, what else was you doing? This one's 23 pounds? What kind of turkey was it?
I don't know what that music is, but that's how big the turkey was. So have you ever went above and beyond for people and they don't show up for you? They don't support you. They're not there when you're thinking they're supposed to show it. I'm sure the people knew. So it's making it seem as if there's people in need that he helps, and then he needed their help in making sure the community got what they needed. I talk about this all the time. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. So he's telling them, you were supposed to help me, you didn't show up. And he's basically saying, what was you doing?
I'm helping the unfortunate, and you one of the unfortunate, but you ain't even gonna come back. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking, man, y'all had to leave me alone for a minute, for real. You just need to think about that, man. Yeah, what else was you doing? This one's 23 pounds?
So we all know people that they're supposed to be there and they're not there. And then of course we're gonna get to Soulja Boy still going off on
rap nigga suing me, nigga. What? Nigga Plies ain't got shit on me. What you talking about, nigga? What?
He's still trolling Plies. He's basically talking about, dads being there because he feels mothers are too emotional. And if you have a dad that can be there to help a child, have the dads in the life.
Teach them babies how to be solid, but they dad. They mama, the emotional person? Nah. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you have a solid, complete mom all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the daddy too, but I'm telling you, you got to tap in and let the daddy do his thing, man. Them real good daddies, watch your kids when they grow up. If they have a real good dad in their life or a good father figure in their life, watch your kid when he grow up. Guaranteed, girl or boy, they're gonna be on something. They're gonna be doing something great in their life. They're gonna have a balance. I'm telling you. Who gonna teach them babies how to be solid, but they dad? They mama, the emotional person? Nah. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you have a solid, complete mom all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the daddy too, but I'm telling you, you got You got to tap in, let the daddy do his thing, man. Them real good daddies watch the kids when they grow up. If they have a real good dad in their life or a good father figure in their life, watch a kid when he grow up. Guaranteed, girl or boy, they're gonna be on something. They're gonna be doing something great in their life. They're gonna have a balance. I'm telling you. Who gonna teach them babies how?
Like the video, like the video. Okay, so this young lady is speaking out in regards to Joe Biden pardoning the son.
To speak for the entire caucus, but I will say, way to go, Joe. Let me be the first one to congratulate the president for deciding to do this, because at the end of the day, we know that we have a 34-count convicted felon that is about to walk into the White House. So for anyone that wants to clutch their pearls now because he decided that he was going to pardon his son, I would say take a look in the mirror, because we also know that when it comes to this cabinet has more people accused of sexual assault than any incoming cabinet probably ever in the history of America. So we are living in unprecedented times, and we know that this was completely political. As someone who serves on the oversight committee, this was gamesmanship the entire time. Well, I won't pretend to speak for the entire caucus, but I will say...
So do y'all agree with her in regards to Joe pardoning his son? Many people feel the way. They're basically like, this is his exit. He wants to basically take his son with him and not have to worry, alleged, about any possible time he could be spending in jail. So like the video, like the video. Y'all could agree, disagree. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on one second. Like the video, like the video. I'm going to play another clip. Hold on one second. I'm just letting the ad go past. Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from.
Look, a lot of things have been taken around the world for thousands of years. That's how it's gone. And I don't see any reason that Britain should feel ashamed of what happened centuries ago. In fact, humanity is lucky that the marbles weren't destroyed along with much of the rest of the Acropolis in various wars since then.
Greetings,
so,
everyone.
Greetings. It's a difficult issue for the Greeks, but I wouldn't give it back. It's not like America's taken very much from anywhere around the world. A lot of people have taken from us, but I think it's the way it is. And trying to, he's going to say, I did it because Joe Biden did it. Hunter Biden, obviously a very troubled man. He's had a difficult past. You can understand why a father would feel this way. But the fact is, this is exactly the kind of favoritism, two-tiered justice system that Trump complains of, many Republicans have complained of, and it's a basis for worse to come, I think, in the Trump administration.
Can you make the comparisons, though, between a father who also is the president of the United States of America pardoning his son? He says he was convicted on political grounds, and somebody like Enrique Tarrio, who is the leader of the Proud Boys, who was sentenced to 22 years, the longest punishment to date for his role in what happened on the 6th of January.
No, I don't think they're equivalent, except that they're examples of favoritism. I'm an alumnus of the Department of Justice. There is in the department what's called the Office of the Pardon Attorney. Typically, the pardon attorney doesn't recommend pardons except after somebody's been convicted and served their sentence when they found the prosecution was illegitimate. There's no evidence in the case of Hunter Biden, despite years of him having been investigated by the U.S. Attorney for Delaware, that there's anything improper. And in fact, the plea deal that Hunter Biden's attorneys negotiated with the Department of Justice came undone because the judge thought that the deal had not been thought through, not because of what the Justice Department did. So while the circumstances are different, the president in the criminal justice system at this point is a matter of favoritism. I understand he's his father, but it simply is a basis of precedent for other actions that won't have that sympathy, but people will say, you want to avoid two tiers of justice. We're actually now fortifying it by what Biden has done.
He was leaving it a bit late, wasn't he? I think he was going to be sentenced later on this week. That will not happen now. Why do you think Trump won?
I think fundamentally America is a center-right country. And people perceive Trump as being a center-right person, which is not true. He is for Donald Trump.
Like the video, like the video. Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before, where you're watching from. We have about 129 in the building. If I can please get 129 to please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We're trying to hit 34K. Thanks for being here. Reaction clip. Let's continue.
He's not for anything else. And they perceived Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party as being close to the left edge. And that may be fair or unfair, but when you sift it all out, it comes down to America being center-right. And some extraordinary things that happened that I don't think are attributable to Trump, but which I hope are good news for the Republican Party.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Illinois. Welcome, India. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Is a very substantial shift of Hispanic Americans voting for.
Hello, Louisiana. Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 5 you've been here before, where you're watching from. Thanks for being here, everyone. Or if you just want to say hello.
Trump, a somewhat smaller shift of African Americans voting for Trump.
Younger as well.
Yes, rejecting the Democratic Party. In the case of Hispanic Americans, in part, it's because the liberal elite, and I do believe there's a liberal elite, decided that they should be called not Latinos and Latinas, but Latinxes. And the actual Latinos and Latinas said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? It's that rejection of the left by people that Democratic Party, Labor Party, identity politics has said, well, they must be on the left. They're people of color, is being rejected in America. I think it's a wonderful thing.
You liked him enough to work for him in the past. What happened?
Well, I believed when I started to work for him in 2018 that like every other American president before him, the weight of the responsibility, certainly in the national security space, the gravity of the decisions he had to make would discipline his thinking. And ultimately, of course, the president makes the decisions, but that discipline in his thinking would lead to a coherent national security policy for the United States. And it turned out nothing disciplines Donald Trump's thinking. It's always in the moment, anecdotal, transactional, viewed through the prism of what benefits Donald Trump.
Isn't he right to say that there weren't any high-profile wars during his leadership, and he will be able to sort out in an afternoon? I exaggerate to make the point, the situation in Ukraine.
Well, there may not have been high-profile wars, but there was certainly the continuation of the effort to destroy the ISIS territorial caliphate after many years, which we succeeded.
Okay, they're going so deep. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Let's go ahead and do the disclaimer. Let me know if you're surprised about Joe Biden pardoning his son, doing a pardon. Were you surprised? Should he have? Would you have if you were president? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. Everybody's speaking about it. So, copyright disclaimer, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. There's about 98 in the building. If you're watching from a phone, can you please double tap the screen? If you're watching from a phone, can you please double tap the screen? If you're watching from a tablet, can you please double tap the screen? And if you're watching from a TV, of course, you have to scroll to hit the like button. So we're just asking everyone to hit the like button. It pushes us out into the algorithm. It helps the show a great deal. Any super chats are welcome. But I thank everyone for being here. We just wanted to do a hot topics, trending topics. At some point, we'll do some more Diddy stuff later on this week. I'm trying to mix it up, because the Diddy stuff is draining. It is. The different lawsuits, the different allegations, the alleged different victims. If you did not know, Diddy bail was denied last week, a few days before Thanksgiving. The judge had asked both sides to write a letter if he should be released and why he shouldn't be released. And the judge made a decision not to release him. He's been denied by 3 judges. So we'll get to some more Diddy stuff probably later on this week if something pops up. But I thank everyone for being here. I appreciate everyone for being here. And like I said, in regards to the Diddy stuff, a jury will have to decide if there's any wrongdoing. You know, Diddy's innocent until proven guilty by a court of law. We still have to say it. Just protect the page. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Are you surprised that Joe Biden pardoned his son? Should he have pardoned his son? And, you know, what's to come in the next 4 years in regards to Trump? Are you happy about how Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are making their exit? Are you surprised that Trump has taken a leadership role in regards to what he has done over the last 2 to 3 weeks? Do you think he's taken a leadership role in making calls, making comments, making statements? are you surprised at what he's done within the last 2 or 3 weeks? But I thank everyone for being here. I thank everyone for being here. Enjoy your week. Be around people that love and support you. And, just enjoy the holidays with your friends and family. Tell your friends and family, be careful. If they're in need of a ride, catch Uber, Lyft. This time is a very interesting time for a lot of families. Some of our friends and families did not make it. So a lot of us are very sensitive in regards to Christmas, the New Year coming up. So just make sure your friends, just tell them, be alert, be wise. We need you. But just be careful, because a lot of times people are at parties and they're turning it up. So we just want everyone to go into 2025 with us. But, I'm praying for people that have lost people this year. A lot of people, struggle with that going into the next year, and some of our friends and family are not with us. So make sure we tell people to be safe the holiday, enjoy your time, but make sure you have a designated driver or catch Uber, Lyft if you feel away and you need some assistance. So, and two, sometimes, tell our friends and family, go ahead, do all your yearly exams at the end of the year, get it out the way to make sure everyone is healthy, wealthy, and wise. So if there's some things that you feel that you see a friend's not feeling well, tell them to go get checked out. Let's do year end stuff. So, some of my friends are so happy that they had that time off. I told you, some of my friends are so stressed out. They've been working a lot of overtime. So they were so relaxed. I was so happy that they had that time off. They're going to get more time off for Christmas. So, be there for your friends as much as you can, and just tell them, hey, watch your spending, everyone, because we don't know what's to come in these next 4 years. Hopefully stuff is going to go down in regards to groceries, gas. We'll see. Everything's going to take time, though. Everything's going to take time. But thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate everyone for the kind comments. Be kind to one another, and have a blessed week. Everyone, goodbye.